For safe and fast rail replacement operations, especially on longer track sections, Foslo offers an efficient solution. The Foslo Rail Services Rail Replacement System is the result of a comprehensive research and development process. Attached to the locomotive are the long rail transportation units. They carry rails up to a length of 360 meters. Next is the loading and unloading module, followed by the actual rail replacement module. Finally, a road rail flash butt welding machine can optionally be placed at the end of the train for welding the rails directly after the replacement operation. The rail replacement system is designed in such a way that traffic in adjacent tracks isn't affected. In a station close to the construction site, the rail replacement train is set up. The first pair of rails is hauled by the traction unit and inserted into the channel of the unloading module. These preparatory works save time at the actual construction site. They may be carried out under a powered catenary. As soon as the track possession time starts, all rail fastening systems are loosened and brought into working position. Additionally, all signaling equipment and other track components interfering with the rail replacement process are dismantled. In the next step, the old rail is cut at the beginning of the construction site. Now, the entire train drives into the construction site until the rail replacement module is placed centrally above the cut rail. The crane of the module lifts the used rail and pivots it slightly outward where the rail is placed by guiding rollers. Afterwards, the traction unit pulls the new rails further until they are head-to-head with the old rail in the track. Old and new rail are then attached to each other with a special rail clamp. Now the actual rail replacement process starts. Under ideal conditions, 800 meters of track can be replaced every hour. A sleeper pressure bar holds the sleepers in position in case the rails are stuck in their fastening system while being lifted. The used rail is either deposited in the middle of the track or on the sleeper ends. It is possible to exchange or correct the rail pads in the course of the rail replacement operation in an additional work step. As soon as the first two long rails have been replaced, the rail welding works can be started. Foslo Rail Services normally uses a flash butt rail welding machine for this job, but aluminothermic welding is also optionally available. The subsequent long rails are attached to their predecessors with special rail clamps. Only short stops are necessary to do so. The entire rail replacement process is carried out by our skilled track workers. Whenever the last new rail has been placed in the track, it is precisely cut so that between the new rail and the used rail, only a slight gap for the final welding remains. This final weld must be done with aluminothermic welding. After this, the rail replacement process is finished. Before welding, the workers must carry out the temperature neutralization of the rails. This is done by heating or hydraulically pulling the rail to extend it. After the temperature neutralization, the rails are welded and fastened to the sleepers again. Mobile flash butt welding is state-of-the-art technology when it comes to rail welding. However, due to restrictions of the process, the last two welds must be aluminothermic welds. Loss of rail length caused by melting loss during the welding may need to be made up with fitting rails. Directly after welding, the finishing works for the construction site begin. All previously dismantled components, such as signaling equipment or guiding rails, are reinstalled in the track. The rail replacement train may afterwards travel backwards through the length of the construction site to pick up the used rails. It picks up rails with a speed of up to 800 meters of track length per hour. The rail replacement system of Foslo Rail Services has proven its efficiency on many occasions. Its setup makes extra unloading or loading shifts for the rails unnecessary. According to the construction site requirements, either both rail strings or just one of the strings can be replaced at a time. The newly laid rails may be used immediately after installation at full capacity and speed. All these attributes make the Foslo Rail Services System the ideal machine for fast, efficient, and safe rail replacements.